This is going to be an article that we're going to cover about Pogchamps 4. So let's take a look at this. Pogchamps 4 and the fight for the future of chess. Chess is being reinvented by Twitch streamers and celebrities who prefer new formats to stuffy tradition. Perfect segue, of course, you guys, from what I was just saying. All right. So let me adjust it again. Let me just cut it down just a touch. All right. There we go. All right. Sorry if it's a little bit small, you guys. Again, that's what it is. Okay, so what do we have? Okay. Chess is boom. Oh man, why am I seeing an ad? 1 second. Okay. Chess is booming. A heady cocktail of Queen's Gambit mania, pandemic boredom, and Twitch streaming has given the ancient board game more visibility than it's had in a long time. It's been half a century, in fact, since the game last captured global attention so fiercely. Back in 1972, the USA's Bobby Fischer and the USSR's Boris Spassky engaged in a televised battle for the World Championship title. The match was treated as a form of Cold War one-upsmanship in miniature. There's a different kind of tussle going on in chess today, not between nations this time, but between an old guard and a new school. Some seasoned players, perceiving a mass of casual fans riding the new chess wave, worry that the game will get dumbed down for the sake of profit. Newcomers, happily ignorant of the disciplined chess demands, are lapping up the fruits of their brave new world. On the many online chess portals available, they are playing classical chess alongside brand new, blasphemously untraditional formats like King of the Hill and Crazy House. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, you guys, because I don't think anybody considers King of the Hill or Crazy House to be serious competitors to regular chess. So I don't understand what that is at all. That makes no sense. Like, King of the Hill is not considered comparable. In fact, honestly, King of the Hill, I don't think I've heard anyone say King of the Hill in the last year at least. No one's even mentioned King of the Hill. So I'm kind of confused. By that. And Crazy House has always been fun, but it's not a threat to regular chess. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. All right, let's keep going. Okay. Chess is all a bit jolly for the newcomers in a way that the old school is liable to find flippant. Not that they don't consider chess delightful, it's just that they know all too well how cruel and mischievous can be. Take Chess.com's YouTube channel as an illustration of this new boom. What would be the most viewed video on a channel pitching itself as a go-to source for coverage of top-level chess tournaments? Clocking in at over 10 million views, it's actually footage of an online match between two total amateurs. In the video, Moist Critical, a Twitch and YouTube personality, faces off against XQC, an Overwatch World Cup participant. Well, he was an Overwatch pro, but anyway, he wasn't just a participant, he was a pro. Over a virtual board. XQC plays white and opens with e4. The next few moves are familiar in principle, but then Moist shoots out his dark square bishop to attack the white knight on d4. XQC pushes an unrelated pawn and plays it cool. Critical slides his queen to f6 with dim threats of checkmate on f2. But as long as that white knight blocks the black bishop, XQC is safe. What will he play next? Okay, XQC leaps the knight over the bishop, leaving his own king defenseless. In their commentary panels, woman FIDE master Alexander Botez winces. Grandmaster Hikaru Nakamura's face turns to stone. FIDE, the International Chess Federation, gives out titles for players who reach a particular rating. On a sixth move of the game, Critical plays queen takes pawn on f2 to checkmate. The whole thing lasted 60 seconds. This match took place in the second round of Chess.com's Pogchamps tournament. This novelty event launched in June 2020 pits internet personalities with little previous chess experience against one another for a prize pool of $50,000. The matches were played online with 2D virtual boards by participants in the thick of early lockdown and live streamed on Twitch with all the trappings. The tournament was a hit and spawned sequels. Pogchamps 3 featured Logic and Rainn Wilson on its player roster. Pogchamps 4, sponsored by cryptocurrency exchange platform Coinbase, began on August 29th and continues until mid-September. According to esports charts, the main series has thus far enjoyed a combined peak viewership of more than 500,000. Okay. In the fight for the... let me scroll down. In the fight for the future of chess, Pogchamps is a central conflict zone. On the one hand, there is the view that all publicity is good publicity. This is the view of FIDE's chief marketing officer, David Yada, who thinks chess promotion has suffered from a seriousness complex. Is it silly? Yes. Are we making a show of absolute beginners blundering pieces? Yes. So what? Okay, I'm going to actually step back and say something, you guys, just to be clear about this, because like I think people are misunderstanding what the original concept of Pogchamps was. So I'm just gonna like take a step back and say one thing, and this is just like important to say. The purpose of Pogchamps had very little to do with creating a spectacle and making fun of players. That was not the purpose of Pogchamps. The purpose of Pogchamps was to showcase chess with streamers, and also give the chess streamers a chance to teach lessons and help out contestants, and try to push the game forward. The purpose was not about making fun of people. That was not the purpose. Originally, it was about streamers. That was the main thing. Is it gave chess streamers content where they could give lessons, and it benefited chess in general. Yeah, I know you guys are pogging me, but it's actually true. So if you look at Pogchamps 1, the number of collaborations that happened, I obviously was involved. Alexander Botez was involved. I think Nemsko did stuff. I think Hess obviously did. I think Daniel was involved. Maybe that was 2. Maybe that wasn't 1. That was 2. But there were so many chess streamers who were doing collaborations in Pogchamps 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4, where there are very few collabs that you're seeing, specifically in relation to Pogchamps 4. So when I say that, like, I'm not just like making stuff up, but that was not the initial intention behind Pogchamps. Whereas like this article is trying to say that was the purpose, and maybe at this point that's kind of what it's become. I don't really know, but yeah, I was gonna say if you look at Dania and Charlie, I want to say Daniel Naroditsky, I want to say it was probably at least 10 hours of coaching at least. It was probably at least 10 hours for Pogchamps too, that of collaborations they had. So like I'm not making this stuff up. And so when you see this article, like maybe it's kind of turned into that, but that was not the original purpose of what it was supposed to be. All right, so let's keep going. Okay, there is then the view that Pogchamps sells the soul of chess for the sake of big viewership, throwing chess's complexity, strategy, and elegance out the window. It puts bad play into the spotlight and makes a joke of the game. Okay, I don't think it makes a joke of the game. I have not looked at this article before, but I have a feeling I'm going to keep stopping now every couple of sentences to say something. So I don't know if this is a troll or not a troll, but what I would say is that the reality is the vast majority of chess players, and probably honestly the vast majority of people who watch my stream, will not understand most of what I'm saying at a very high level when I'm just playing these heated blitz matches against like Benjamin Bach or whomever it is. Like most of you guys will not be able to follow everything I'm saying. So the reality about chess is the reason people watch Pogchamps is because most players are amateur players who play the game of chess. And so when they say makes a joke of the game, the very high top level concepts, most people cannot follow. They're probably like, I mean, most of the stuff I say when I'm playing high level blitz, I would say you have to be, to fully understand everything I'm saying, you probably have to be like, you have to be 2400. You probably have to be an IM level to fully grasp every single thing that I'm saying from a chess standpoint. So this is complete nonsense about making a joke of the game, because the reason people watch is because it's relatable, and most players are amateurs. They're not top level chess players. So this is kind of silly to say it. Also, yeah, I mean, many viewers also want to see their favorite streamers. Yeah, because when you see your streamers, you want to see them get better. You want to see how they do. But you also know they're human. Like, that's the thing. It's very different. That's what I would say. All right. So yeah, makes a joke of the game. Of course, that's complete nonsense. Jan Nepomniachtchi, current challenger to Magnus Carlsen for the title of world champion, tweeted that Pogchamps is popcorn stuff, that the potential it harbors is just terrifying. To be fair, the Russian whose one-off tweet has become something of a beta noir within the debate, a clarifying note was issued stating that he's obviously happy more and more people are getting involved in chess. It's just that he went on to say, the indisputable success of Pogchamps might set a new standard of a chess show, and I can't be sure it won't prevail over other formats. All right. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, at the moment, Pogchamps is prevailing over other formats. Okay. Per esports charts, reviews of Twitch streams of chess events since 2018. No event has had higher peak viewership than Pogchamps 3 at a beefy 375,000 peak viewers back in February. Part 2 of the 2021 FIDE Canada's tournament, a not exactly unimportant event determining challengers for the title of world champion, garnered just 140,000 peak views. All right. What I'm going to say about this, you guys, is the reason this is complete nonsense is because, as far as I can tell, there are plenty of top-level tournaments that are going on alongside this. They're in no way does Pogchamp success mean that suddenly over-the-board chess is dying and like there are no top-level tournaments. So this is complete nonsense, because if I look at what's happening, you have the FIDE World Cup, which happened, you have this Grand Swiss happening, you have the Grand Prix happening. There are plenty of top-level events that are going on in spite of this. So like this whole notion that somehow it's like destroying chess is completely ridiculous. This is very disappointing to see someone say this. All right, let's keep going. The fact that Pogchamps is so big to a unique situation in chess compared to other sports, there exists an amateur celebrity league which is outcompeting the professional leagues in the fight for attention. Okay. Imagine if Robbie Williams' celebrity format, a charity initiative in which celebrities from Jack Whitehall to Alan Carr play football with one another, were expanded into an actual league featuring permanent celebrity players with enough fame and favor to make eyes wander from the Premier League to the Celebrity League. From Arsenal versus Manchester United to Shane Ward Rovers versus Katie Price FC. Well absurd, this is sort of what Nepomniachtchi fears for chess, and is more plausible in chess because the professional format lacks the critical mass to withstand a competitor celebrity format. Okay. Yeah, this is also just insane. What I would say is the success of Pogchamps has brought more people into watching top level events. So then again, like the whole concept of what I'm seeing here makes no sense, because if Pogchamps was really taking over, or online events were taking over, that would mean there were less events happening in chess. And honestly, there have never been more events going on in the world of chess. So the guy who's writing this article is just a complete idiot. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. He's just an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Plain and simple. Yeah, this is like, I mean, huge event, like a huge event where people are watching something, it's fine, but it doesn't take away. You have online events, you have this Magnus Carlsen tour going on every single month now. That 100% has been helped out by this. You have over the board tournaments, you have the Grand Prix, Grand Swiss, World Cup, you have the online Olympiad. Like, there are more and more events all the time. So this guy's just out of his mind. Plain and simple. That's all I need to say. He's not an idiot. You clicked on it. Funny point. Yeah, funny point. Well, if that's what journalism has become, then I fear for our future, frankly. So let's keep going. Okay. Okay. Unlike a celebrity football league, Pogchamps and its ilk are cheap to organize. Design a Twitch template, enlist some some internet personalities already inevitably equipped with top-range face cams, load up chess.com and go. Neither does it call for hard physical exertion over a period of months. Pogchamps 3 lasted just 15 days, and the participants played from the comfort of their homes. Well, again, to the great author of this article, he says, neither does it call for hard physical exertion over a period of months. Well, good sir, good journalist. Tell me about a single chess tournament played that features top level players that goes for months. The simple answer is there are no tournaments that go for months. So the guy doesn't know what he's talking about here either. If I play a top level chess tournament with like Magnus and all the other top players, it goes maybe 2 weeks. You play one round a day and it goes 2 weeks. Yeah, and he's comparing to football now. Well, I mean, what is he comparing it to? Like initially he's trying to argue that like chess is he's trying to say that like the top level tournaments are suffering. Now he's trying to compare it to soccer separately. Like, I mean, he's got to pick something. Like, it feels like he's just taking everything across the board. All right. Anyway, let's keep going. Sites like chess.com, leechess.org, or chess24.com were around long before the current chess boom, but have recently ballooned in popularity. In March 2020, chess.com CEO Eric Alabas said that the site would likely go through 10 years of growth in just 3 months. Towards the end of 2020, Alabas reaffirmed the surge and noted that daily active players was up from 1.3 million in March to 3 million in November. All right. Let's keep going. All right. For casual fans riding this wave, online chess and its video gaming tendencies have the most potential to foment a new, shallower attitude to the game of the kind Nepomniachtchi foretold. What? Wait, let me read that again. For casual fans riding this wave, online chess and its video gaming tendencies have the most potential to foment a new, shallower attitude to the game of the kind of Pomniachi foretold. What? I'm sorry, that also makes no sense to me. Like when I see that, it's just like, this guy apparently seems to think that he seems to think the majority of chess players are top level chess players when they are not. It's very clear that he seems to think that. And then secondly, like for most people, it's not a profession. It's something that people play for fun. That is the reality. For the vast majority of chess players, chess is a game that you play for fun. It's something you do in your spare time and you enjoy. It's not something where you spend all day long studying and playing professionally. For the vast majority, that's what it's like. So this guy clearly is just I don't even know who this guy is, because the way he's talking about it like he thinks he's like a top GM. I mean, like, I honestly, the way this is written, I would expect this to be written by somebody who's at least an IM or higher. Honestly, that's what I would expect, is that it's written by someone who's like an international master or higher, someone who's like really, really good at the game. Not by someone who I don't think even plays chess. So let's keep going. The chess portals assign a rating to each user model on the official FIDE ratings, but not at all equivalent, which increases with a win and decreases with a loss. This intoxicating little number is a great spur to keep playing, precisely in order to look better than other users and to climb up the ranks. On chess.com, players' ratings are displayed alongside a percentage figure stroking the player's ego by showing what proportion of people they've overtaken with their score. Okay, what I'm going to say about this? I'm pretty sure that if you play any esport, like I don't know for sure with CS:GO, but I feel like with a lot of these games, when you play and you rank up, like you're in the top 1%. Like if I go and play like Valorant and I'm like silver or gold or whatever it is, like I know that I'm increasing. Like it's this way for every game. Like what is this guy talking about? He doesn't know what he's talking about. Does the FIDE rating not raise your ego? LOL. Yeah. Like it's just I mean. I don't even know what to say. This is, apparently everybody's an ego, Andy, right? Okay. Matches on the chess portals are always available. Pick a format and the portal will find an opponent for you from anywhere in the world in a matter of seconds. The constant availability of games makes it easy to binge on chess. Coupled with the pursuit of higher ratings, it can turn the game from a meditative strategic experience into a compulsion. All right. Let's keep going. Okay. Chess can indeed become addictive, as Pritam Ganguly, founder of chess news website Chess Delta, suggests in his detailed article on the subject. Playing chess in shorter time formats such as blitz games, in which each player is 2 to 5 minutes on the clock, and bullet games where just 1 minute is available, can be addictive for physiological reasons. Blitz games are generally short time-controlled games. You are always in time stress when you play them, he explains. So after the game ends, you may even start perspiring. Lots of hormones are released during this, and you get stimulated to play these games again and again. All right. That may be true. I mean, chess is addictive, but I mean, are you going to tell me that like any video game isn't addictive too? Like, I mean, the way this guy is writing about chess, he might as well just say like all games are bad. Chess is bad. Valorant is bad. Fortnite is bad. Like every game is bad because it's addictive. Like every game on planet Earth is bad. Like, yeah, I mean, it's like the way he's saying it is like literally every game on Earth is bad. Yeah, Jump King is bad. Exactly. Jump King is bad too because it's very addictive, right? Yeah. I mean, what is this guy smoking? Okay, let's keep going. Laura Nystrom, public relations lead at chess.com, agrees that there is addictive potential in chess. Indeed, she confirms that the customer service teams receive user messages reporting addiction troubles from time to time. She likens starting a blitz game to pulling a slot machine, evoking the same hormonal rush as Pritam. And she says that chess.com's best days for traffic are not at the weekend, Saturday, not at the weekend. Saturday and Sunday are, in fact, the quietest days. It's during the working week, and particularly Tuesday and Wednesday, when people play in their masses. I think people are playing chess when they're supposed to be working, Nystrom says. Okay, I mean, yeah, weird. That's a true weird, champ. Very, very weird article. Yeah, honestly, as I read this, when I read this article, I'm gonna be honest, I feel like this is I feel like I'm reading an article from The Onion at times. This feels like something from The Onion. It really does. All right. But she is also optimistic about the potential to enjoy a blitz game even when you lose. Instead of smacking the proverbial slot machine and knuckling down for a bitter round 2, you can go out and play football on Thanksgiving or shoot hoops with your friends and have no fantasies that you're going to be a professional basketball player or professional football player. Why must chess be any different? Okay, you guys, again, this guy clearly, I'm just going to say he doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm pretty sure that nobody in chat who's watching right now thinks they can be as good as I am at chess. I'm sure of that. Nobody in chess thinks they can be as good as I am. And so he's basically implying that XQC thinks he's going to be a world-class chess player. Like, I'm pretty confident that XQC does not think that. Yeah, everyone's like, oh yeah, I do, I can. Yeah, it's like, I'm sure that when XQC and Charlie, they start playing Pogchamps, and even like Sardosh when he wins Pogchamps, like Sardosh actually has put in a lot of time and he's like grinding really hard. I'm sure that Sardosh really thinks he's going to be the next world chess champion. I'm sure he thinks he's going to be a professional player. Like, please. Yeah, this is insane. This is just absolutely insane. I started playing last week, I'm the greatest ever. Yeah. I'm misinterpreting it. I don't think I am misinterpreting it. Because he's saying you can go out and play football or you know, shoot hoops with your friends, and you have no fantasies that you're going to be a professional basketball player. Nobody has such illusions about chess. I'm not misunderstanding it. Nobody has such illusions. Nobody has those illusions. So let's keep going. As online chess sites, amateur streaming culture, and alternative formats introduce more fragmentation in the chess market, the casual chess scene where it's okay to lose if you have fun and learn is getting its dues. Again, what I would say is that there's no fragmentation. The viewers who have come in are following top chess as well now. It might be on a smaller scale, but the number of people who are watching chess before the pandemic versus watching it now, whether it's Pogchamps, whether it's professional events, it's higher everywhere across the board. So he doesn't know what he's talking about when he says fragmentation. Yeah, there's no fragmentation in that way. All right. If there's fragmentation, you can make some argument there might be fragmentation between, like, say the Magnus Carlsen, or I think it's called the Meltwater Champions Chess Tour, or the online Olympiad sort of online events, the professional online events, and say over the board professional events. There could be fragmentation there, but there's definitely no fragmentation in the way that he's talking about. As the chess world fragments in this way, professional players are sometimes able to embrace the game's lighter side while maintaining their integrity, hinting at a potential bridge between the casual and the professional scenes. Lily Caridze, Georgian national champion in various age categories and a prolific Twitch streamer, claims that she plays her technical best the majority of the time, but will occasionally make a fancy sacrifice for content. The sort of performative chess at which Mikhail Tal, the one-time Soviet world chess champion renowned for playing to the crowd, might nod approvingly. All right. Okay, also strange. The tension between the allure of chess and the challenge of playing it well has spawned a fascinating meme culture centered on the humor of making terrible blunders when you thought you were winning. It is a type of humor suited to the wave of keen amateurs riding this chess boom. Just like the match between XQC and Critical, this humor combines the schadenfreude of seeing somebody play stupidly with the relief of knowing you're not the only one who makes dumb plays. One trope is the Bakamitai video, examples of which have cropped up on YouTube over the past year. The videos take the dry, boring interface of online chess servers, a 2D board and nothing more, and inject life and humor through editing techniques, including close-ups and slow motion. Often they are replays of games between low-rated players featuring nonsensical move after nonsensical move. Through the editing techniques, they dramatize the bathos of making a move which was thought to be sound, but is in fact patently awful. All right. Imagine the fateful jump of XQC's knight over to c6 and away from the bishop, but this time in a choppy slow motion, cycling agonizingly through the frames of the knight's leaps. For the soundtrack to the sleep, add a man singing in wistful melancholy tones, and you have the formula for the Bakamitai videos. They are named after a Japanese karaoke song, the title of which translates to "I've been a fool." That's definitely a sentiment that new school chess amateurs can relate to, but if they take it to heart and use it to gain an appreciation of principled, intelligent chess, its mysteries and joys, then there's hope for the game's future. All right, I don't know what this article is. Yeah, this is maybe like, I have to say this is probably the single worst chess article I've ever seen, bar none. This is the worst article I've ever seen, by far. Who is the article? Who's the author? The author is this guy called Will Abbott, who Again, I've never heard of him, which means he's obviously not a very strong chess player. Because if he was, I would have heard of him, obviously. So the author is not a very strong chess player. To begin with. Secondly, he's right. The way he writes about this, it feels like he's intentionally trying to just like, I don't know if it's get clicks or start drama or what he's doing, but the guy is just I mean, he just doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, I mean, look him up on FIDE rating. Someone else can do that. I'm not gonna do it. But chess is dying. Yeah, he's saying chess is dying. I mean, it's incredible that someone can say that when like they haven't spent their life playing the game. So yeah, the guy is just insane. That's what I would say. Yeah, it's plain and simple. This is like chess is doing better than it's ever done, and to see an article like this, it's just I assume it's just clickbait. That's the only thing I can think. That's my only guess. He's trying to do it for clickbait, and he's trying to use every random thing as like the trigger to do things. If you click his name, he doesn't even appear. Yeah, there's no FIDE rating for Will Abbott. Well, I mean, what a surprise. I mean, the way this article is written, like I said, either the guy's never played a game of chess in his life, or he's like an IM. And it's pretty clear what he is. Thank you to Purspringer for the 5 gifteds. But yeah, it's terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Thank you to Purspringer for the 5 gifteds. And yeah, chess is evolving, obviously, but what I would say in general is that I think there's a place for all these things. And you know, if the argument was that like there were less top level events, I could understand some argument. Like let's just say, for example, you had Pogchamps and it was spawning into 2 or 3, you know, sort of subsets, like 2 or 3 sort of other events that were happening, which went for long periods of time. I could kind of see it, but that's not actually what's happening. You only have Pogchamps, which is going on, and then beyond that, I mean, you have like maybe 1 or 2 day events. I think there was like block champs, which Botez did, but you don't have like other events alongside it. And so you don't have other events alongside it. Meanwhile, you have the online FIDE Olympiad. You have the Meltwater Champions Tour. You also have the Junior Champions Tour on Chess24 as well. And then you have things like you have like the Grand Swiss, you have the Grand Swiss. You have the Grand Prix. You have the candidates. I mean, you have so many things happening everywhere that it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's very clear that the things are better than ever. So I would just say this is a terrible article, plain and simple. Yay, exactly. Yeah, true. All right, so that was the first article that I wanted to cover.